In this video, we will be talking about Amazon Live Video and how you could use for growing your Amazon brands. Our guest today is Carlos Alvarez. He's a 9-figure Amazon seller. He has a lot of experience doing different kind of marketing for his products and his brands, and he will share with us some tricks and tips using Amazon Live Video. And in this conversation, you will also meet Lisette Liz. She is hosting Orange Klik videos, and she also works with different Amazon brands as well. And as always, don't forget to subscribe below to the YouTube channel of Orange Klik. Click that notification bell. And here we talk a lot with different Amazon experts and software creators. Hello, Carlos. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do in Amazon space?
Absolutely, Augustus. Thank you again for having me here. My name is Carlos Alvarez. I've been a full-time Amazon seller for a little shy of 15 years. Fortunately, I got in at an amazing time. The joke is that the best time to have begun was when I started 15 years ago, and now I've achieved the 9-figure mark selling on Amazon. In addition to my successes as a seller, where I currently still have 5 brands, I'm also the founder of the largest Amazon seller meetup group in the world. And I started Bluebird Media and Marketing Solutions approximately 9 years ago to help Amazon sellers of all shapes and sizes.
So I so much appreciate your wall background, because those people who saw my videos, which I was doing a couple of years ago, I always had a wall background as well, and I kind of feel pity that I changed to orange. Anyway, today we'll talk about Amazon Live, and Lisette, our co-host, will be also joining us, as you see. So let's start from the basics, and then we will go to some more intermediate or advanced strategies about Amazon Video Live. And could you explain just some basics? Who has access to this Amazon feature, and which marketplaces are covered?
Currently, I know that the US is covered. A little background: Amazon owns Twitch. So Twitch is a very popular gaming platform that has an amazing infrastructure. And I think it's really good to look at what Amazon Live will become in the future just by looking at the types of features that are available on Twitch. The types of people that have access to Amazon Live Video right now, there's 2 types. One of them, and the easiest way, is via brand registry. So you have a brand, you've gone through brand registry, you immediately have access to Amazon Live Video. You just get the Live Creator app on your phone, and it's about as simple as just saying go live. The other type of person that has access to Amazon Live Video is influencers, which anybody can apply to be an influencer on Amazon. But once you have, you can go into the Live Creator app on Amazon and apply to get access to going live on Amazon as an influencer, and not necessarily via brand registry.
Okay, and you mentioned you need to have this Amazon Live Creator app. Usually with Amazon tools, you just go into Seller Central and access them right away. But here it's a little bit differently. So can you tell us more about that?
Sure. The app, I do believe it's available for iOS and Android. It may just be available for iOS, but it's so powerful that even if you're an Android user, just go out and grab an iOS device just for this purpose. But it's a different color than Amazon's typical stuff as well. So initially you're like, is this an Amazon tool? Because it's purple, but it's just called Live Creator. Amazon Live Creator, anyone can access it from the store.
And it's not possible to use your desktop computer?
Not to connect to go live directly. Now there is a tool. There's several tools that do this. The one tool that I feel is the most robust is a tool called vMix. So vMix is going to allow you to have your phone connect to your computer, and then you can use everything you want on your computer. You can see a dashboard. It's very similar to, for people to have a visual here, of Photoshop. or any Adobe program or any program really that uses layers. So what happens is if you want to just go live from your phone, you can. And if you want to have text overlays, pop-ups, calls to action, anything else pop up, all lower thirds pop up on the screen, you can load them in vMix and then they will appear on the phone. Or you can, once connected to your computer, start utilizing any of the other devices you have connected to vMix, which could be your webcam, your camera. At that point, there's no difference than the fanciest setup you'd like to do for live streaming, or just selfie style with your phone. And as a side note, which I'm sure we'll get into, the selfie style actually works better than some avatar produced quality. So no excuses here not to do it.
So actually, I'm wondering, yeah, exactly. Let's talk about what kind of videos work best, or what maybe Amazon is expecting. Also, maybe there are some rules what you can and you cannot do. So you said selfie is working the best, but I was imagining that it is just a video of a product without a person. So it would be interesting to hear what is available or what people create.
Absolutely. What Amazon's expecting when you go live is two major things. Three. One of them is to sell, which is amazing, because when you're going live on YouTube, when you're going live on social media, wherever else you're going live, you're almost expected to follow this 80-20 rule, like 80%, 90% value, and the other 10, 20% selling. So you have to do this balance. Amazon's very unique in the sense that it's almost a marriage between Home Shopping Network and QVC, if you're familiar. It's like they got together and had a brainchild. So everybody watching your live stream has their Amazon charge card loaded to Amazon, and they're literally one click away from buying. And when they're on Amazon, they expect to be sold to. Now, I don't think you should not take a chance to offer value, but so one thing that's very expected is that people are expecting to be sold to. You should be pitching your product. I would say at least 60% of what you're doing should be taking someone down a journey of, hey, look, there's an awareness, there's this product. I'm talking about, perhaps the solution and the pain points as to why you should have this product and how it could simplify things for you. And this is how easy you can buy it. So that's number one. Number two, should be obvious. And I think this is where a lot of sellers that do take that, scary step into going live mess up. And that is, Amazon wants you to go live. They just want you to go live. So when you're using, and let me explain, when you're using a tool like vMix, you do have the ability to load pre-recorded video. And there is a place for that. The reason Amazon didn't just say, no way, no pre-recorded video, is because imagine, and I'm getting chills just thinking about this because this is powerful. When you're selling a product, and imagine you're getting testimonials from all over the web. You have those pre-recorded. Maybe you're using whatever tool you use to get those. Imagine trying to coordinate with each of those testimonials and asking them to jump on your live stream. They're terrified, and it's a logistical nightmare. But imagine instead talking and say, listen, don't take my word for it, listen to, and then being able to bring those videos up pre-recorded and hear them. So that's why they allowed it. But they're already letting people know, look, you can't pre-record 1 hour of video and then your live is 1 hour. So they expect you to go live. The other thing that they expect, the final one, is for you to go live frequently. This go live once a week, once a month. It is better than nothing. But they want you there. They want you going live regularly. They want you showing up. They want you to tell people, I'm coming back tomorrow. They want you to get into a rhythm. So those are the three main things that they're really wanting for you to go live. And I can tell you firsthand that going live every day, you don't have to, but going live every day is significantly more impactful than going live once a week.
Okay, and what's the length the seller should aim for going live? Like you mentioned, like 1 hour. Is it just like from 15 minutes to 1 hour? Is it more? Is it less?
No, I don't know that there is a cap on how long you can go live. Curious stat is Taobao a massive, e-commerce mega giant in Asia. They released a stat. I'll try to get the link, but they released a stat that last year there was $165 million made from 17 stores that began using live streams on the platform, whose live streams were in excess of 24 hours. So a 24-hour live stream, I don't even want to begin. It's obviously more than one person, but I can tell you that on Amazon Live Video, TikTok length is not where it's at. This is long form video. And I believe YouTube is the long form video king, but you are getting a lot of views and a lot of impressions on your Amazon Live videos well after the fact that you've gone live. So I found the sweet spot to be about 20 minutes at the low end. Go live for at least 20 minutes.
I wanted to ask, what is your setup? So you run several brands, and now you also take care of Amazon Live Video. So do you have like 2 or 3 your team members working on this? Like, how often do you run these videos for your single product, for example?
We do like to go live at least 20 minutes in length for each one. And we do try to keep it under 1 hour. I do use team members, but now beyond team members, we're hiring 2 people dedicated to Amazon Live Video to be brand representatives, just because Amazon has made the ROI, or being able to track what am I making off this person every time they go live. They've made it very trackable with all of the metrics that you get on each live video. The other thing that I'm really moving towards is this is like the holy grail when it comes to influencers. So with vMix, I can say, you know what? I think, Lisette, you would crush it if you went live on my product, my chair. Like, imagine this comfortable office chair that you have. Like, you would do a lot better than me. I can connect you via my vMix, and you can be wherever you're at in the world, and you could connect into my live video and go live on my Amazon Live Video stream. So this is a very unique opportunity in time to work with influencers and have influencers going live on your behalf. This is no more like post this in your story and then let's kind of throw this Hail Mary and see what my ROI is in a month, and I'll let you know if we continue the relationship. No, this is, you're going to go live, and you have a shareable link on your live. So you're going to be able to really, show me what you got.
Okay, so you mentioned like using influencers. Does it mean that you can give the access to the app like to basically anyone without giving the access to the Seller Central account?
100% you can. So you can add live video creators via your Live Creator app platform without them having, willy-nilly access to your Amazon seller account. In addition, you can bring these influencers on without any connection like that, because you're connecting them via vMix. So you're just adding a feed, if you will, into your channel.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely really interesting, because you can really use like a lot of different people, I imagine, as well, not just like 1 or 2 team members. That's really cool.
If I could afford Augustus, even imagine being able to have Augustus to jump on there representing my product. That'd be absolutely amazing.
Oh, I'm booked for live videos, for many months. So, but yeah, talking about influencers, if you can push kind of pre-recorded videos, then it doesn't matter, when you broadcast their videos. And I wanted to ask, can you promote at the same time 2 products?
Yes. If you have one, you can go live at one time with one brand. Since I have multiple brands and each has its own independent brand registry, that's going to dictate how many times or how many active feeds you can have going on at the same time. I don't have, even though I could, I don't have different brands going live at the same time right now, because I'm really still geeking out a lot on what are the different strategies that we can deploy. There's a live chat feature, which I know we're going to get into while you're going live. So I like to see what sort of opportunity this would be for a salesperson. How could someone going live and someone in a remote location handling the chat communicate good? So it's still fairly new. Amazon Live Video is in its infancy stage. It's just ridiculously powerful, and I want to be able to focus on one. That many live streams, it's above my pay grade.
Okay, I know sellers are really interesting to get to know more about the possibility to analyze the videos. But before we go into that, you mentioned that testimonials are one good thing to use in the videos. Do you have any other suggestions what to talk about in the videos, or what to show, how to display the product?
Yeah, absolutely. That's an amazing question. Yes, there's some features and some things that you really want to do that I found that work amazingly well on Amazon Live Video. One of them is a countdown timer. So since you're using vMix, you're able to bring assets onto the screen. So one of the things that you can bring up is an actual countdown timer. And this is a timer, just visualize an actual timer. You can have it shaped however you want. Have somebody on Fiverr or wherever create something that's, fits your brand. And imagine getting to a point in your Amazon Live Video where you're saying, look, this is the deal I have going on right now. This is the promo code. So like you're pointing and the promo code pops on the screen. It's a matter of hitting a button and it's valid for the next 5 minutes. And when you say that, a timer comes up and there is a countdown going down for 5 minutes. It's marketing 101. It's sense of urgency. It's taking a page from QVC and it works. So make sure, even if you're trying to keep it at the most basic level, that you do tie into a tool like vMix to be able to bring those assets on the screen. At a minimum, a promo code and a countdown timer. Lower thirds and all these other fancy graphics, I've not seen that they move the needle very much. The other thing that you really want to do is there's a follow button on the top right or left, depending on how you're looking at it. If you're watching a live, it's on the top left. And this is very similar to the YouTube subscribe button. And this is very powerful. You need to bring this up constantly in your live video because Amazon has the follow button appearing very, very faint. So unless you're hovering over the area where it pops out, you don't see it very much. But they encourage you to let people know to follow you. Now, why is that important? Anyone who has the Amazon app installed on their phone, buyer app, which if you're a buyer, I don't know the exact percentage, but it is very high. Anyone who has the buyer app installed and who has followed you, anytime you schedule a live and when you actually go live, Amazon sends a push notification to your phone letting you know that your favorite creator is about to go live and it's about blank. So I don't know how much more powerful it can get than that. Everybody explores every black hat method possible to somehow get connected with Amazon's customer. Well, Amazon's telling you, here, connect. Just tell them to follow you. And as that builds up, and they're not showing you what that number is yet, but as that builds up, you notice that, when you go live, the people that jump onto your feed are so much quicker. And you also know that your chat becomes a lot more active. People will say things like, I just saw your YouTube video, or I love what you posted on social media. So that brings up the next point, which is Amazon currently is completely fine with you showing all of your social media stuff. So you can literally bring them on the screen as a graphic at the bottom. You could say, well, follow me on Instagram at Wizards of Amazon, just whatever you want to do. So being able to do that's very powerful, and it's something that you should do. As far as showing off the product, what I have found, I think the easier answer here is what I have found does not work well. And it's this product sitting on a dish and it's just slowly turning around so you can see what your phone case looks like from every angle. That's about as exciting as watching paint dry. So what you just want to avoid that. Unboxing videos, completely fair game. Easy one as far as topics is to just jump on a tool like Answer the Public or BuzzSumo and put in your product, and then you have enough content to go live about for a year.
Okay, so to be 100% clear, it's okay to include social media links or say to come and follow the brand on social media.
Yeah, it's encouraged.
Okay, that's really awesome and really powerful for the sellers.
We talked a lot about the seller's perspective, but what is the buyer's perspective? You said that buyers can see videos on the app. Can they see it on the desktop computer?
Absolutely. My wife, you can get a TV app as well. So my wife and I, whenever we're not watching or if we're caught up on our current show on Netflix, we just watch this. It's really no different than watching QVC. So you can go to, I think it's live.amazon.com, or it might be amazon.com/live. But you can just watch this. And now Amazon has broken it up by categories. So say you don't want to see whatever they're featuring, or you don't want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger's favorite tools that he works out with currently. And instead you want to see sports and outdoors. And you can just go there and see nothing but live videos that are scheduled to come out, live videos that are currently live, and previous live videos about that subject. So from the buyer's perspective, you get that. You see the follow button. You see a carousel of products on the bottom that this brand has chosen to attach to this live video. So if you're featuring, say you have a product and it's a white sneaker, but you have 9 other colors, this would be a great opportunity to have the carousel on the bottom populated with those 9 other colors. So it's very nice. And you see a chat to your right of the video where you could just jump in and ask a question and the person live can answer it. Again, if you have pre-recorded video, this is another reason why there's a major disconnect, because the person thinks it's live and they can have a live chat and they're asking questions and they're being ignored.
So do you usually have like 2 people working on one live? Like one is the one who is answering and managing the chat bar, and the second one like actually showing the product?
Having a great team is always a huge advantage in anything you do, but you definitely, I don't want anyone that's an amazing solopreneur to like hear me say, if you don't have 2, that's your ticket to have an excuse and not to go live. It's not like that. It's not like you need to go live and pretend like you have an acting degree. No, you're going live and you could say, hey, I see Lisette in the chat. Amazing question. What are you asking? Oh yeah. So you don't have to have 2 with like somebody secretly dropping the questions into your headset. You can acknowledge the chat. So yes, having a team is always a lot better that can push those buttons, that knows ahead of time, 5 minutes remaining, and they bring up the countdown. They bring up the countdown timer, but you can do all of that yourself.
And you said that you go live at least once a day. Do you republish the same video, or you are rotating, let's say 10 videos every 10 days?
I don't load up any pre-recorded, so it's always new stuff. What I do rotate is we create like an editorial calendar, no different than what like a social media calendar or content calendar. This just geared towards Amazon Live Video. And instead of picking 5 topics per week, I'll pick 2 or 3, and then we'll speak on those. We'll rotate them. It'll be the same topic. But what happens is the majority of the time, most of the people being exposed to your Amazon Live Video did not catch the last one. And you can acknowledge it. You're not trying to pull it off. Like you shouldn't say, this is the first time I'm sharing this with everybody. You're going to be super amazed, because then somebody else that saw this before knows that it's not the first time you did this. So you just acknowledge that when you're going live on a subject, I'm going to go live and dive deeper into this on Wednesday, on Friday. And on Thursday, I'm going to go live and I'm going to be talking about blank.
Okay. And regarding to the video setup, can you add like a title, a description to the video? Are the titles indexed for the customers so they are able to search for the videos, or how does that work?
No, there's no indexing for titles or any keywords to help with search. Currently, the only way people are being exposed to the Amazon Live Video are the people that are in the know and that are just consuming content on the Amazon Live Video feed. Then there is people that see your live video in the storefront, in your brand storefront, or people that Amazon has exposed the live video to that know, okay, this particular brand, these are the keywords really that are relevant to them. And this is the category they're in. And this is what we think they're into. And they're very good at it. I have no complaints. They have to be one of the best in the world when it comes to knowing buyer intent. So I'd much rather have them than to have our team have to figure it out. And I think most people are in the same camp there. So they will then just show you this live video as you're searching on Amazon. There is another way, and there is a paid version of going live. And that just, would let your live video show up on the Amazon homepage. It'll allow it to show up in other featured video spots throughout Amazon. I've done a few of the paid ones, and I have not seen any difference than the free ones.
Okay, so I think now it's a good time to ask about analytics. So what's kind of data Amazon gives you regarding to the viewers, and do you have any information like who were buying the product after watching the video?
Absolutely. I get to see how many people, added the product to cart and didn't check out. I get to see how many people utilized a promo code that I was utilizing for that live video. I get to see when they used it. Did they use it within 5 minutes? Did they use another promo code after? I get to see within a month of having viewed my live video, what has the buyer done with that product? So in short, you get everything. Some accounts that I've seen are actually getting what else did the buyer have in their cart when they checked out on that session.
Okay, and that information is somewhere in Seller Central, or is it like in the app?
In app. You're getting it in the Live Creator app. They also break things down like your halo effect afterwards. So what's the effect that this has had on your BSR over a period of time from the time you scheduled your live? Because remember, scheduled live, they show it to everybody. It's on the feed. This is something that's about to go live. So people see that, and not everybody's very patient. So they want to just jump in there and see what's going on and what is this person about? Is it something that I want to know more about? Is there a deal that I might be missing out on? So you start getting a positive effect just from scheduling your live. As far as metrics, that is, if you paid for the Amazon live video, then they'll try to break down like what is your ROI there. But in any metric you could imagine, wanting to have, except for the one which is how many people are actually following you, is currently available.
Interesting to hear that there is no possibility to see how many people following you, but you mentioned coupon code. So I would like to ask about them. You said that you could track, let's say, when people use the coupon code, which you promoted in the live broadcast. That means, are you making notes about each broadcast in your internal notes about when did you use any kind of coupon code, or maybe during the broadcast there is additional button which appears as a coupon code, and then Amazon registers this in the analytics? How does it work?
Yeah, excellent question. So two different ways, and then I'll add something. One of them, when you're going in Amazon Live, is a feature on Amazon Live. The other one's more of a best practice that I've discovered. So when you're going live, you get to select all of your products or select products that you have in addition to the one you're going live about in your brand. And you can add them to the carousel underneath your live video. You can also go in and load any promo codes that you want to be featured and clickable for people to take advantage of on your live video. When I was discussing this part earlier, I should have mentioned this is also a best practice of mine, is I like to, during launch, also use Amazon Live Video. And how that looks in launch is I do something called verbal search find buy. So it's really getting the existing search find buy that's out there and the principles behind it. But since I'm doing a video and I'm speaking, I just coined verbal search find buy. And what I do there is I do not load a promo code that's clickable for anyone to click on Amazon, nor do I load the product that I'm promoting in the carousel. Because yes, I'm very happy to get the sale if somebody clicks in the carousel, But if they click there, then I'm getting the canonical URL keyword juice that comes from it. And that's fantastic. But let's say that I have a more targeted launch strategy where I'm attacking specific keywords, maybe longer tail keywords first. I want someone to go through that search, find, buy process and check out with my product. So that's why I have the promo code pop up as an asset from vMix on the screen and have a countdown timer. So I'm creating my own sense of urgency, and I'm showing a unique coupon code or promo code for people to act on. I even will bring up a quick, as I'm talking, search, find, buy. So I'll show a mobile device that pops up. Somebody's going in and searching the keyword that I want. You're just really creating that asset once and swapping out the text that they're putting in for each video. And they're going in searching, they find the product, they see the image, they scroll, they hit add to cart, and they check out, and it's got this like bling, like Super Mario's you beat the level sound that pops up when you successfully did it. So there is two ways.
Okay. And how much time does it usually take, like in a month, to create like a video? You said, how many times in a week did you go live for one brand? Can you remind me?
5.
5. So 5 times a week for 1 month. Like, do you know the estimate? Like, how much does it take from considering like the preparation time, going live, and everything else?
Yeah. If initially, and I did the first few live videos myself, I think I was being a little more of a perfectionist, sort of like what I'm going through now when I try to create a channel or try to create an amazing, YouTube channel like Augustus. Like you have that analysis paralysis, and maybe you create too many notes and you try to make it too perfect. But what we do now is, again, Answer the Public is one of the best tools for this. If you have one brand, perhaps all of the content that you should have. But if you have a lot of different brands, you use Answer the Public, and then we'll get a sticky note, and we'll make sure, or we'll prepare some bullet points, and we'll send it to whoever's going live ahead of time. And we have this back and forth, whether on Trello or Process Street, and with supporting articles that support each bullet point. I would say that the research on it takes now, initially it probably took an hour and a half per video. But now that we have a system with it, I'd say 15, 20 minutes, or we spend maybe an hour to 2 hours for a month of content.
So in your case, you said that you are not sending pre-recorded videos. So you have a team member which appears on the camera and talks about specific topic related to the product?
Yes. Yeah. We have some team members that are doing it, since we're going live a lot, and that's not really that person's main role in the company. We're now hiring 2 people whose sole role is going live with the hopes of going live more. Plus, I'm also seeing that, like, say somebody doesn't want to hire somebody just to do their live videos. It makes a ton of sense now to reach out to influencers. I've been communicating with influencers that previously were charging an amount that was cost prohibitive, really, for the brand. Like, it didn't make a ton of sense. But making the pitch to them, as in, first of all, most of them haven't heard of Amazon Live Video. So making the pitch to them that this could fast track their ability of being an Amazon influencer and getting access to Amazon Live Video Creator Studio as an influencer, not even with brand registry, is huge. It'll give them experience with the platform. It'll give them unique content to share with their audience. And this is the ability to sell, the thing that they really want to do, and they probably know they can't do all the time. I let them know I show them stats on the exposure of what Amazon Live Video will give them, and I also give them permission, if I have an influencer doing it, to put 1 or 2 of their social media handles in addition to mine on the platform, showing, look, you're going to gain a lot of followers yourself. And when I pitch it that way, they're saying, oh my God, I'm game. Let's just do this. And they don't charge.
Okay. And in your opinion, do Amazon sellers take the advantage of this opportunity, or most of the sellers are not still using this tool?
By far, most sellers are not taking advantage of Amazon Live Video for a bunch of reasons. I really think the main one is the same one I struggled with 5 years ago. And, I've been a seller for almost 15 years, and I the idea of going live would just make my palms sweaty with fear, as short as 5 years ago. So I think the main one is that. The second one would be they think that they need this avatar-like cinematic quality to their live. And then final would be they don't think there's enough content about their product to go live about. But by far, nowhere near enough sellers are taking advantage of it. And in the meantime, that's a huge boon for me and any other seller that wants to take advantage of this. I mean, you're going to get direct access to your customer on Amazon. Like, why not?
Okay, sounds amazing.
So if you are using your team members to be a face of this video, so they become kind of Amazon Live influencers, right? Like you should be careful whom you're choosing.
Yeah, absolutely. The people I chose to do the live videos, and well, let's back up. The reason I'm not doing it myself is, first of all, that would be very, at the stage I am in my personal life with my 2 new kids, plus a bunch of businesses, it wouldn't fit my schedule to go live that often and be forced to be in one spot. Even though you could go live with your phone walking along the beach, ideally you're not trying to go for that every time. Like you'd like to present some decent audio to the listeners. The other one was I successfully exited a company in years ago, and I was kind of the person in that company. And it actually affected the transferability of that. And since then, what I do is, whether it's my virtual team or myself as the person in that company, we have a separate company that will actually employ the virtual assistants plus a separate company that I'll be in. So in the sale of the company, we're not connected. So I think in most people's case, if they're launching their first garlic press or something, they can go live and not have to worry that, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to sell my company because everyone knows me. It doesn't happen by accident. I just plan to succeed in everything that I do. And I plan to be known in this brand in my live videos. I plan on being successful going live. And I don't want me to be stuck as the face of it. So the people that I picked with that in mind are people that have worked for me for almost 10 years. They're extremely well paid, and what they do and they're passionate about has nothing to do with live video. This is just a side passion of theirs, and they're very extroverted, and they jumped at the opportunity. So they wouldn't just decide to quit this career that they're passionate about and that pays the bills to say, I'm going to run off and steal all of Carlos's customers and be the next widget guy. You know what I mean? But yes, you should keep that in mind, especially if you're working with an established influencer who's the person that's always going live for you, has an amazing audience, and then says, well, I guess I should just launch that product, right? Because everyone sort of knows me for it. So you should keep that in mind.
Okay, and for the sellers like who are from Europe, from like out of US, should they think about like hiring somebody from US who is speaking like native language, English as a native language, or shouldn't they be afraid to just go in there and speak the way they do?
Yeah, that's a great question. I have a lot on my team, like my C-level team, which basically means they're 10 times smarter than me and tell me what to do. But my C-level team's all from the Ukraine, and I guess their English wouldn't be called Rosetta Stone approved, but the accents are powerful. Like, I mean, first of all, it allows you to really stand out in a way that, you know, someone with a boring, say, English-speaking accent like myself or US-speaking accent cannot. So I would embrace that. Not to mention, you know, how many people listening have an accent. So like, it doesn't, maybe that's why they resonate with you so much more, because of that accent. So you know how many times I've went and got a voiceover for a product and I was looking for a, you know, European accent, or I was looking for something like intentionally. I was looking for that because it actually helps. So I would say, yeah, they should definitely just go live or reach out to me because I might want to use that accent.
Awesome.
one of the last questions. Let's talk about, you mentioned the chat feature. So what is the best way to use it? You said that you have team members responding. Is it really active there, or depends on, I don't know, depends on the product? Maybe all the people buying your products don't chat. I don't know. Can you talk about the chat box feature?
Some people are going to jump in and ask questions. In your first few lives, it's not going to be that active. But I think it's important, just like customer service. If somebody has an issue with their product, and you wait 2 weeks to reply, and your reply is the best reply you could possibly give for this, it doesn't matter. It's going to fall on deaf ears. Timeliness is extremely important when it comes to customer service. So when someone's asking a question on your live video and your intention is to go live and to sell this product, it behooves you to respond in a timely manner. So in the beginning, you're not going to get much, but you should treat it as if it's just a priority when you're going live, to pay attention to the chat and to answer everything you have. The other part of it is intention. If you don't do anything to encourage a lot of chatting, then there won't be a lot of chatting. If you say things like, let me know your thoughts on this, or what other things have you done with blank? Let me know in the chat. It almost gives permission to people to go live in the chat. There's heart buttons and stars and all these things that they get to click. So letting them know, pound that star button if you really like what I'm saying about this. So when they do that, it not only sends signals to Amazon that people are engaged, it also lets everyone know that they're listening, that this is something that they can do, and it encourages them to keep doing it. And I think that's something that you should do. I mean, I can't think of a situation where a brand would be going live and would not want engagement.
So finally, could you give us some maybe 3 tips or hacks or strategies which you don't want to share, but you will have to now, for those going with starting or implementing Amazon Live and to get the maximum out of it?
Sure, definitely. I know of 2 immediately, which I'm going to share, and then as I get to the second, I'm sure I'll think of something. But the first one is, this is a huge hack, and that is, what if you want to go live, but your product is it's being manufactured in China or somewhere else, and you're 90 to 120 days out from this happening, but you're very excited about Amazon Live Video and you want to execute now. You technically can't go live without a product. So the hack here is, let's use phone cases, because I can't think of anything that would be harder to go live about. So let's use phone cases. You have a phone case that your manufacturer is making in China with the backlog of shipping. It's going to be a while, and you want to strike while the iron's hot right now. We're going into Q4. You want to build up those followers at least, so when your product arrives, you can be talking about this launch and everyone jumps on it. I think everyone can wrap their head around that. So what do? Well, the hack that I came up with is, I'm going to refer to it occasionally as CreateSpace on Amazon, createspace.amazon.com, but it's actually kdp.amazon.com right now. So what you could do is you could go in and have a ghostwriter yourself, or whomever, write 10 things you need to know about phone cases. And I'm saying it may be more creative than me, but for simplicity's sake right now, just roll with me on this. 10 things you need to know about your phone case, or about phone cases in general when picking a phone. And you put something together that's maybe 20 pages with images and whatever. And now you're going to upload that to kdp.amazon.com, and you're going to make it available in paperback version, right? So this is going to cost you nothing to do. In the writing, if you use a ghostwriter, you're probably going to pay under $150, editor and everything. You're now going to upload this to Amazon. And once you've uploaded it to Amazon and it's available as a paperback, days is what we're talking about, you then order author copies of the book. So with the author copies that Amazon are going to send you at $1.25, $2.50 each book, you receive as many as you'd like. When you have the author copies, what you do is you now add that product to Amazon Seller Central as a product that you're selling. So now roll with me. So you received just forget the book for a second, but it's inventory. You've received inventory. In this case, it's the form of a book. And you're now uploading it to Amazon Seller Central or adding it to Amazon Seller Central. And you now have a product for sale in Amazon Seller Central. You have to assign a UPC and a brand, same way you would any product, but you have this. And now you have a product under your brand that you're able to go live about. And it's actually a book. So you can talk about this. You can talk about all the other things that you would talk about, and you can start building that awareness for the product that's coming in the pipeline. So that's a hack that I don't know anybody else that's doing. And I just discovered it, right? Well, I just discovered it. And the working with another brand who was bringing something amazing to launch. And it was like, how could we use this in anticipation? So I found that to be huge. The second one is probably not so glamorous, but it's very impactful, and that is that follow button on the top. If you're watching a live video, it's on the top left. But that follow button is, again, it's very faint, and most people just don't see it. And then depending on the color of your background and the lack of activity that just happens in the top left of your screen, it will. You just lose it. Like, people just don't see it. So what I've done is I've added a dark graphic towards the top left of my screen. And anytime I make mention of the follow button, or just certain times throughout the live video, I'll activate that graphic or that asset so that now the follow button is very pronounced. You could just leave that asset behind it and make it really pronounced. Once you see it, it's just, you're like, they had to intentionally make it this faint so that people really, really had to look for it. Now, if you hover over it as well, it will really be pronounced, like even more if you hover. So other times what I've done is I'll put an emoji that on the screen will come up, and I'll say, if you like what I'm saying, jump up there and hit the bell, or pound the heart. And so people look at it and it looks like it's clickable when it comes up. And when they hover over it, it's this huge follow button, and they're there. So it's really easy for them to follow. It's been very impactful.
So follow button is on the player, on the video player, right? Not
yes.
Side.
Correct.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Yeah, top left in the video player. Third hack, you got me. I don't know. Those are the two most impactful ones. The third one is the hack is do yourself a solid and go live for your product. Like, it's just insane not to.
Well, I thought of this hack. It's easy, but maybe you can give us a tip for the best performing type of video. Like, probably there could be a video explaining the product, talking about general topics related to the product. It could be just video showing the product. It could be an influencer. Do you have an idea which kind of video types work the best?
Talking head, I found definitely seems to work the best. Like kind of what we're doing here. If someone doesn't know what talking head is, and bringing the product up, talking head inside of, we all like the behind the scenes of Instagram stories and stuff like that. So a behind the scenes video works. So you have your video set up and it's not really like in front of us like a talking head, but it's maybe off to the side and the person can see the cluttered mess you kind of have, and not everything is set up perfectly for you to go live, and you're talking and you're moving around in it. So if you're talking about something and I'm like, oh, you have to check this out, I use it with this turtleneck. I don't know why I'm saying turtleneck, but I'm using it with this turtleneck. Let me show you what I mean. And you step over and go grab the turtleneck. It's not just sitting there as a prop that you meant to bring up live. So I find that those work the best. Some movement when possible. Talking head, fantastic. Unboxing videos are nice, but they don't really, and you should do them, but they don't really lend themselves to engagement too much. So yeah, I found that those work best.
I think I would try to create a talking head inside the box, and you just unbox.
Absolutely. Like, this just pops out of the box.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Carlos, for your tips about Amazon Live videos. I hope sellers who are not taking advantage of this platform and features we'll do it now. So finally, could you tell us how people can get in touch with you, and what's the best way to follow your work and your?
Sure.
I know that you're connecting the community as well.
Sure. Beyond humbled to be here. You and Lisette rock. The easiest way to get a hold of me on Instagram at Wizards of Amazon, and by text. If you call, I won't pick up as I'm just swamped, but by text 305-902-1283. So many people get shocked that I'll put my number. It's my real number. Like, you guys can test me on it right now, but you'd be shocked as to how few people actually act on it. But those are the two best ways to reach me.
Well, thank you. I think people are not used anymore, at least in Europe, to use the phone. Right? Sometimes we are more easier to write a message, and we feel that we are disturbing another person if we give a call. So.
Good point. Then at Wizards of Amazon on Instagram is one of the best ways to get a hold of me. I'm very active on Instagram. We also have I have a very active Amazon seller chat, 100% free, and you can reach that through AmazonGroupChat.com.
How many team members do you have?
I have 242 virtual assistants and 81 domestic employees.
That's why you are so active everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
All right. Thank you very much, and good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I do hope that this inspired you to start using Amazon Live video service if you haven't done so yet. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video where we talk about Amazon Live streaming, and our guest Guy Heretz, he will be showing us how this Amazon Live streaming could increase the Amazon FBA business revenue. So check this out.